Hi everyone, it's Tami again. I thought I'd drop in and do a quick video this afternoon with a very special guest all the way from the USA. My little brother Thomas has come to say hello. I thought we'd come over and just have a chinwag about anything and everything. No theme today, just letting it flow natural. And just off camera, we were bouncing around ideas about what to ask each other, and I had a question for my brother, but I told him just to wait until we're on camera so that you guys can hear it too as well. What is your favourite night ever?
I've had a lot of good nights.
Yeah.
That's hard to choose, but if I had to choose, probably Global Gathering Festival 2004.
Wow.
Yeah, that was probably my best night ever. Anyone who's been there knows what it entails. Classic rave. So like no drugs, no drink. But yeah, the music that night was unforgettable and still goes down to this day as being one of the best global gathering festivals of all time. Yeah, we spent the first part of the night in the hard house tent,
Yeah,
which was really cool. Let the sun go down there. Felt like you're in the med.
Glow sticks at the ready?
No, not at the ready, mate. They were in full swing. Yeah, full swing. Yeah. And
I can see the dark.
Yeah, definitely. And then spent the last part of the night in the drum and bass tent. See all my drum and bass heroes. The Andy C's, the Nicky Black Markets, then the MCs like Skibbity, Shabbity, X-Man, Det. Yeah, it was wicked.
I was going to ask you what your favourite DJ is, who your favourite DJ of all time is.
Oh, it depends. I like so many genres. So, I mean, It's really hard because, when it comes to... I listen to a lot of drum and bass. So, yeah, I love Nicky Black Market. I love... oh, my God. Yeah, there's so many. I can't remember now. Shy FX, probably one of my favourites.
Okay. What about Lisa?
Lisa Lashes. Yeah, Lisa Lashes. Who actually lives close to it. Actually, we're obviously close to Peterborough, and she is up there in near Stamford, I think.
Okay. So
yeah, along with another one of my favourites in the like hard house scene, kind of hard trance scene, and Mr. Andy Whitley. He also lives near Stamford, I think. So
big shout outs to all of you for entertaining my brother and for giving him such a lovely memory.
Yeah.
Go on then. Yeah, what do you want to ask me? Oh no.
What is your favourite memory of me? Of not of me. What's your favourite memory that you've had, family memory that you've got that included me?
I know the moment. I know. Oh man, I wish I'd prepared for this, because if I'd have known the question, I would actually have the picture at the ready. So. Me and my brother, we come born and raised in Huntingdon, lived on the Oxmoor estate. Big shout out to anybody that grew up there and is still there representing. But yeah, we grew up on the estate, and there's a picture. Everybody must have this. There's one picture in their life that they just identify with. They remember the moment. They remember the surroundings, everything going on. And there's a picture of me. I must have been, because there's 10 years difference. I must have been maybe 15 and you would have been about 5. And I'm wearing a denim jacket. I've got a big bow in my hair, and I'm holding my brother, and he's giving me a big kiss. And yeah, I just remember that, thinking, when I look back at that picture, it reminds me of the age of being almost a grown up, but still a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Still needing mum and dad and family and everything, but wanting to go out into the world. I remember feeling a real sense of responsibility, because I was like the elder sister, you were the youngest brother. Our mum was out working, and
I've got that picture. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. I love that one. Oh, let's show them these. Let's show them that one. So this picture here I had when I was thinking about doing modelling when I was a kid, and I had loads of these done, but that's Thomas and that's me. And that day as well, I remember that day. I remember the photographer. I remember exactly where we were, how the scene was all set, and it's just a lovely memory, just a lovely moment. Really thankful for those moments, in amongst life's bad days and stuff like that. You just hold on to those memories. That's lovely.
Yeah, they're we've got a lot of memories in there.
We've got a lot of memories. Yeah, we have. So, like any family, some good, some bad, but you take the good and you try and forget about the bad ones.
Yeah, the bad ones go. They don't.
So what do I want to ask you? What do I want to ask you?
Oh, so we've asked best night out.
Oh, okay. Best job. Because you've had a few. So Thomas is into motor mechanics and has done an awful lot. I'll let him tell you.
I've just finished a 7.5-year stint at Tesla in Tampa, Florida. But that was probably my second best job. My best job was probably the 8 years I spent at BMW Park Lane in London. Yeah, worked with an amazing team there.
Yeah.
Like the management were fantastic. Like my big boss was really good. The whole team that we worked with was really cool. I learned lots off of this fella called Matt Grigg. He's one of the big guys at BMW still to this day, and worked with some super funny people. There's this like legendary technician. He doesn't like me anymore. I don't know why, but his name's Simon Swan. He lives in Bristol.
Simon Swan, you need to let him know why.
Let me tell you
friends.
now, mate. I've still to this day have never worked with someone as funny as this geezer. He is hilarious. But him and then the rest of the guys as well. Like, you know, if any of them watch this, you are, all of you. Do you know what I mean? We had some amazing times there, and much like other phases of life, right? You don't realise.
Yeah.
You don't realise you're having the time of your life, and until it's a memory.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's it's really good. That was my best job, BMW Park Lane.
You've done so much with your life, and I consider you highly intelligent. I think you can talk about anything from metaphysics to aeronauticals to space to Thomas is really knowledgeable about a lot of things. But the question that I want to ask you, because Thomas's call sign, so his nickname is Speedbird, and I only found out why it's Speedbird yesterday.
It's my Instagram name, actually, Speedbird.
It's his Instagram. He's on Instagram. Check him out, Speedbird. But I want to ask you, because he is totally into space, totally into aeronauticals, planes, and I would like to know what your favourite plane is.
Oh, favourite plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, that's like asking me what my favourite, music genre is, because there's a few, but
yeah, go for it.
Gun to my head, favourite plane has to be I'll probably have to say Concorde, which is very closely followed by SR-71 Blackbird.
Right.
They're both fast, they're both supersonic aircraft, but the Concorde was obviously the world's first and only supersonic passenger jetliner. So the fact that you can sit in you can sit in tracky bottoms and a t-shirt at twice the speed of sound to New York, above all the weather, just sipping champagne just blows my mind. But in the same instance, SR-71, can cross, got the cross-continental record of the United States. Downtown Los Angeles to downtown New York, hour and 25 minutes or something like that, blows my mind. So yeah.
Blows my mind as well. Told you he knew his stuff.
Yeah, them too. But lots of planes. Yeah, love aircraft, and obviously just flying in yesterday. I'm one of these sad people. I'm actually part of the Dull Men's Club on Facebook because they interested in dull things, but I get as excited about the journey over here on the plane as I do about actually getting here. So
go on, ask me a question, throw a curveball. I'm going to eat one of these pastries that I made.
Well, first of all, I want to know what you're doing with an American Stars and Stripes flag over here in the corner. It makes me sick every time I walk in the door.
I do. I actually fly the flag. I do have a Union Jack around here somewhere as well. But half of my family are stateside, so and I lived there for a long time, and I lived there when I was a child as well. So I identify with the great United States of America, as well as England.
Yeah. What is your affinity, and where does your enthusiasm stem from regarding your business in selling antiques and little trinkets? But what makes you enjoy them? I wonder, because obviously our mum used to enjoy them when we were kids, and she used to drag me through no end of antique shops. I don't know whether she used to do the same with you.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, but is that where it comes from?
I think definitely that enhanced my interest in it. But and I can't tell anybody why. I have always been closely drawn to all things chintzy, um, gold, glittery, baroque, rococo. Ever since I was a little kid, I've just been fascinated by these shiny, bright, pretty ceramics, brasses, just almost as though it's in my DNA. I'm naturally drawn to that, and I've always been that way. So even as a little kid, when Mum would take us around antique shops, I loved it. I would rather be doing that than going into a brand new shop in a shopping centre somewhere. And I really strongly believe in using things from the past. I try not to buy new.
Yeah, because they're better quality than the stuff we're made today.
But you know, you're so right. This table that we're sitting at now, it's a bit gnarly and rustic, but it's probably 150 years old. Solid oak. You know, I think I got this for £4 out of the auction.
Yeah.
You know, because it is a taste. If you like this, you like this. But if you like modern, you like modern. So you know, lots of these are up for sale. For me, this has got character. I can imagine people sitting around it, talking. You know, if they had a good day at work or a bad day at work, what the kids are doing, who's coming to visit. I get a sense when I'm sitting at this table or, you know, handling antiques and vintage of the past.
Yeah, lots of people don't think or really observe that about older pieces of furniture or things like, you know, this here, which is obviously like looks like it was obviously got a burner underneath it to keep whatever in there was warm. But lots of people don't think. I always envision where it came from and when it was brand new and who was using it, who it belonged to, you know, who saved up to buy it, years ago, whether it was hundreds of years ago or not. It could have been 20, 30 years ago, but that always fascinates me, the story associated with the item.
And who made it, whose hands crafted that. I'm really mindful of everything that we use, unless it's been machine made, obviously, has been handmade, and therefore that person has spent a bit of their life making something for me to enjoy. I'm really always been really mindful of stuff like that, looking beyond the thing that is there. That's nice, and that's a teapot, and that will provide us with drink if we want it to, or decoration, but somebody actually spent their time and made that. I mean, and that really is a work of art.
Yeah, and nowadays stuff's just pumped out of a press and out of a stamp. No, it's not really
Could someone actually do that now?
Yeah, I mean, there's the odd person, but
I think the handcrafted world is so important to preserve. So important to support. Because if we don't, it's gone, and then all we're left with is mass produced, and it's too late when it's all happened and all of this is gone.
It's like burning the last string in it. It's too late.
It's too late when it's gone. You can't look back and say, "Oh, I wish I'd never done that."
I've got another question actually that I want to ask you.
Go on then.
Because obviously back when we were kids, Tam used to just sing in the house with her bedroom window open, and either if it wasn't Mum screaming, "Be quiet," and then it was the neighbours going, "Oh God, here we go again," like the human drum set. But so obviously I know your history and your journey with music.
Yes.
What's your number one? And this again, it's like asking me my favourite song. I like asking me what's my favourite aircraft. What's your number one song? You can only listen to one song the rest of your life. What is it?
Oh no, one song. Does that have to be tied to artists then? Because the one song is different to my favourite artist.
I mean, it can be a song or a track. Let's just say, just for giggle's sake, you can only listen to this one song the rest of your life. Can't hear any other music. So it could be a piece of orchestra. It could be Celine Dion. It could be Britney Spears. Because I know you love a bit of Britney Spears.
It is pretty. I've got so much respect for her. Oh, my heart just goes out to her. I just. Anyway, digressing from Britney. I do have a favourite song. I do have a song that if I had to listen to it for the rest of my life, this would be it. But it's surprisingly something I have only recently come across within the last year. It's by a gentleman called Gramps Morgan, and it's called People Like You. And the first time I heard it, I cried. The second time I heard it, it just made me feel hopeful for humanity, made me feel I don't know, salvation for humanity. That, you know, amongst all of the absolute chaos that is going on in the world today, we've been gifted this song, and it truly did. When I listen to it, it feels like a gift that something has, you know, worked through Gramps Morgan to produce this song for us to just say, just hold on, everything's going to be all right.
Never heard it. I'll have to listen to it later.
It's a really great song, yeah. And like I said, I've only come across it in the last year, so yeah. If you'd have asked me a year ago, it would have been completely different. But
yeah, it's interesting that it was so new, because obviously, I remember as a little boy, you listened to music constantly, you know, and heard you sing and stuff. So yeah, surprised that it's something so that you've heard so recent. I don't know how recent the track is, but
yeah, a few years, just a few years, but beautiful. Yeah, so yeah, check it out if you'd like to. Gramps Morgan, People Like You. Yeah. Favourite place in the world?
So difficult one, that, because obviously, especially nowadays with the internet, you can see all these places that you've never been that look beautiful. But I've only ever been as far east as Cyprus and as far west as Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. So I've only seen everything in between. I've never been like, you know, Vietnam, Asia, none of Japan, none of Australia. Do you know what I mean? None of the Pacific. I've only ever stood on the edge of the Pacific. So based on where I've been so far, mate, like, I don't know, there's so many beautiful places, but if I had to choose one, like, you have to stay there the rest of your life, it would probably be the Eiffel Mountains in Germany, in and around the Nürburgring. There was a little place we stayed at, a little village called Wimbach. Germans pronounce it Wimbach. And we stayed there when we went on one of our Nürburgring trips back in like 2010. But we stayed in this little Airbnb, and it was in this valley. And I come out in the morning and was like, what is that? What is that like noise? It sounded like a cowbell, and it's the first time I'd ever experienced. There's cows have actually got bells on them, so you can know where they are in the fog. And yeah, that was just so idyllic, that whole village. And yeah, so probably if I had to go there and you can't leave, it'd probably be there. That was like the most beautiful place. Although that was middle of the summer, I can imagine in the winter it's probably a little bit inhospitable there. So
give it a shout out again. What's it called?
Wimbach, Wimbach. Yeah.
There you go. Check it out.
Amazing. Yeah.
If you're into cowbells, that's where you need to go.
Yeah. The apartments Monica Schneider. That's what it was called. The place where I stayed. Not very fancy, but yeah, I remember it because it was beautiful. And I love Germany.
Yeah, I've never been.
Yeah, you should go. You're being robbed, mate.
Yeah.
You don't realise. Seriously, it's so close, and it is just. It's one of the nicest places I've ever been.
I'd love to go to the big castle. Liechtenstein.
No, it's Neuschwanstein.
Neuschwanstein
Castle. Real famous. What the Disney castle was based on. But yeah, again, like absolutely breathtaking, mate. That castle. It's one of them places in the world that you go and you look at it and it takes
mesmerised.
It takes like 10 minutes for it to really sink in. Just looking at it, it's amazing. But short of that, I love the simplicity of life and the geography and buildings of Cyprus. Yes, like the Greek side of Cyprus, in and around where we went on vacation a few times to Protaras, and obviously I've done the whole Iron Apple thing. Yeah, but Cyprus is stunning. Yeah, Cyprus is absolutely beautiful. Southern Portugal again. Like,
never been to Portugal either.
The old Albufeira, the old town, not where all the clubs are and stuff, but the old town. Just again, really nice. If you can really take in geography and buildings and architecture, just stunning, absolutely stunning. So yeah.
So, something you would never do again.
I've done a lot of stuff that I probably would do again. Jeez, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know really. It's a hard one. Yeah, done quite a lot of stuff that I wouldn't do twice. So
there you go. Well, that's just good.
Yeah, I don't really know, to be honest with you. You know, you got some emotions boiling up there. Oh, get married again. It's ridiculous because I'm about to, and
she's wonderful.
Happiest I've ever been. Yeah, so I'm about to, but no, stuff I've never done again. I don't know really. You know, for me, probably say stuff like when you were younger, when you used to do these crazy nights out, getting super drunk, or whether it involved drugs or whatever. But
Yeah.
then again, it kind of, as long as you survive it, it kind of makes you who you are today, right?
Yeah.
So, I can't really sit there and go, I wouldn't do that again. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if I went back, then I wouldn't, just because I'm more mature now. But, I mean, yeah, loads of stuff like, driving crazy and taking risks that are just not necessary. And luckily, I quickly got away with
You
them.
got away with it.
When we
You
really
survived.
shouldn't have, so.
You survived the day.
Yeah, I don't really know. Yeah, it's a hard one, really. That's just like open-ended, like loads of stuff. Like, I'll get a scroll out, like a catalogue.
Read it off.
Catalogue of stuff I wouldn't do again, so.
Oh.
Yeah, how about you? What's the stuff you would do again?
Oh, crumbs. I don't know how long we've got for this.
Not long.
Something I would never do again. I don't want to kind of like detour this down the spiritual path, but it kind of like it goes kind of that way. I would never waste my time with people who did not deserve it.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And I would say that there's quite a lot of people that may feel the same way.
Yeah.
And you know when you look back who you've wasted it on and how you've wasted it. You can't get that time back. You can't, get rid of that experience. But if you can manage to step into your future and remember not to waste your time on people who, one, will waste it deliberately, and two, maybe don't even deserve it, then that's the direction to walk into. And I mean, I'm 52 now. I would say I've only really learnt that in maybe the last decade.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known it in my 20s and my 30s, but you don't realise, you don't recognise when, people are either not for you, or they're smiling in your face, but they're really not your mates, and you're wasting time when you could be sharing it with someone else. Yeah, that's what I would do.
Be careful of them.
You've got to watch them.
Like my friend Giovanni used to say, Giovanni Manzolini from London, still with us, legendary guy. He said, don't forget, everybody has a two-face.
Yes, they do. Absolutely. Thank you for that wisdom, Giovanni. That's very, very true.
Yeah, but that's true. Yeah.
So last question for you then.
Ooh, last one.
What's your funniest moment?
Woo.
These questions are just off the fly. We haven't even rehearsed or practiced anything. I'm literally just asking these questions of him.
God. I've had some really funny moments, mate. Personally funny or like in a group setting? Either or.
Just the thing that makes you laugh every time you think of it.
This is going to be highly inappropriate.
It's okay.
Highly inappropriate, but it's probably, I don't know if he remembers, but one morning when apologies to the religious people, but when my dad's super religious and I'm not, and he said, "Did you sleep well, son?" in front of some of my family members, and I said, "Yes, like God during the Holocaust." And that was probably one of my funniest moments because he literally looked like he'd just been tased with a taser. Anyone who's religious who might watch this, please don't be offended.
No, you speak your truth. This is a safe space.
I'm a true guardian of do what you want as long as it doesn't affect me, and or don't try and force your beliefs down my throat, etc. But short of doing anyone any harm, you get on with whatever you want to do. But that's probably one of my funniest moments in a group setting. Oh God, don't know. I've had loads of them thrown up on myself. More times than I can even count. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, probably when I worked somewhere once. I won't say where it was because there's a few people who might see this, who would remember the moment, but. Yeah, I was working somewhere where I couldn't get away from that workstation quickly. And, I was my stomach hurts, a little bit gassy. So I let a little one go and realised it wasn't just gas. Yeah, I was young then. I was like, this is in my teens, so years ago. I can let it. It's become declassified in recent years, so I can say it. But one of them moments, and I had to call someone to come and relieve me from my workstation immediately so I could go. And they thought I was coming back, and I didn't. I went home.
That's a new one. I haven't heard that one before.
Yeah, long story that was, mate. But that's probably one of my funniest.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Go on then, last question for me, bro. And then we're going to enjoy these pastries that I cooked and this cup of tea.
If you could have one person on through the journey of life back, and it can't be mum.
Okay. All right.
You have one person
Okay.
back, because we'd all choose our mum, right?
Yeah, we would. We
You'd
would.
have one person back, and you get to speak to him. Who would it be? Who's not here anymore? Could
Is
be
someone that I know,
could
or
be
anybody?
no family, celeb. To say you could be like, oh, if Michael Jackson comes back, you can talk to him. Yeah, who would it be?
Oh. What I want to
Can't
say.
be. It can't be Margaret Thatcher either, because
What I want to
one liked
say
her.
is too controversial for me to say it.
Too controversial.
Yeah, I think it's too controversial even for this. Oh, one person. You're gonna laugh. It would be Eve. I know you don't lean towards the biblical tradition and everything, but it would be Eve. Yeah.
What would you want a secret about how she got impregnated without?
No, I would.
Oh, Adam and Eve. So I'm getting the wrong one.
Yeah, you're getting the wrong. Yeah, you're getting the wrong one.
Mixed up.
So it would be Eve, and the reason for that would be.
Why did you listen to the snake and bite? Why did you bite the apple? Who made a talking snake anyway? Sorry, go on.
It would be. I mean, exactly. If you could go back to that moment, then you would have the ability to change the future. It wouldn't be as it is. Would it be better? Would it be worse? Would we be as enlightened as we are? Would we know as much as we do? Would we be free? I don't know, but I pinpoint her. I would like to go to her and speak with her before she messes up in the garden.
Last quick question: do you think that her name was really Eve?
I think what I would say is too controversial, even for this,
Anyway.
because my beliefs are a little bit. I don't know. We're all entitled to believe what we want, and that's the whole idea of this. Is that this is a safe space that we share with you guys. So yeah, please comment. Please comment if there's something that you want to know a little bit more about, or you're interested in, or you find funny, or you don't agree with. Then we don't mind. We're open to all communication as long as it's respectful. We can be respectful even if we disagree. And leave a comment for us. But this has been my little brother Thomas. And this has been yours truly, Tami. And I hope you've enjoyed and maybe giggled at a few bits. And we'll see you next time. Bye.